Are you really a good man when you treat women poorly? This is a massive discussion I've had recently in the online space about dating, about women, about female psychology. And as a dating coach that helps men all around the world, and as a man that's gone on dates with quite literally hundreds, if not over 1,000 women by now, I can tell you with a very, very strong conviction that I understand female nature a lot. I understand female psychology a lot. I understand women better than they understand themselves. And in this video, I'm going to unpack the concept of how you are honestly being a good man when you don't treat women very well. When you treat women a little bit poorly, you're actually a good man. And this is going to go against everything you know about life, about behavior, about the way you've been conditioned, and who you are as a man, and what you think about women. It's going to go against everything. But when you finally see the light, when you finally wake up, when you finally know the truth, everything clicks. You're suddenly a 1% man. Now you're a man that women chase forever and ever. And how do I know this so well? Because I see it in my clients' lives. They come to me, they're trained to be a good guy, a gentleman. They get rinsed by women. They get taken to the cleaners. They get ghosted. They get disrespected because this is reality. This is the reality no one wants to talk about, but this is reality. You can't blame me for the sky being blue. It's just blue. So let me explain to you why this is the way it is and how it works. The female mind is entirely backwards from your mind as a man that is logical, rational, and reasonable. It is illogical, it is irrational, it is irreasonable, not reasonable at all. It's based on emotions, it's based on domination. And you have to understand, you cannot have two leading genders in the world because there is no equality. There is none. Even if you look at dog breeds or cat breeds or different animals in the kingdom, they all have different capacities, different inclinations, different behaviors. A dog and a cat are not equal. They're different, right? If you want to argue what's better and what's worse, you would argue based on what you're optimizing for. And so you have to understand, just like in the animal kingdom, within the human kingdom, there's no equality between genders and species. Yes, we are one human race, but we are entirely different. We're different species because we're different genders. And so the temperament and the inclinations and the behavior and the thought processes are entirely different, completely different. They're all backwards. And so what you have to understand is you cannot see women through a male lens. They are not like us at all. They are not like us. They don't perceive reality like us. They don't think like us. They don't internalize things like us. None of it's the same. It's all the opposite. This is the polarity of life. Masculine, feminine, yin, yang. This is reality. And so, as a man, most men treat women very, very well because they love them and they want them to treat them back well. They go under the principle of treat others how you want to be treated. And so they'll come across a woman. The woman checks all the boxes. They click, they get along. And he just showers her in attention and effort and all these things, a lot of times out of a fear of approval, but also this is how he's conditioned. I want her to like me. Why would I not treat her well? You have to understand something fundamental about women that does not make any sense. Women know on a deep biological cellular level that they are below men. They know this. They know they are less competent and capable than men. And their trick up their sleeve is manipulation, emotional manipulation, because they're also a lot less stronger. They have no physicality over us, okay? And so when they come across a man that treats them like they are better than him, it goes against this DNA woven fabric of reality. Literally. It goes against biology, psychology, every law of the nature it goes against, okay? Like for example, this is an extreme example, but let's say you had a lion versus a cat, okay? The lion should obviously be in charge of the pack if there's a fucking cat in there. Does that make any sense, right? For a cat to be in charge? Of course not. And so what happens if the cat is in charge of the lions? Well, I can presume the cat won't know what to do with the authority, won't have the discernment to actually lead the pack forward, will probably make terrible decisions and get them all killed. I can presume that is exactly what would happen. It's no different with women. And so when you have a dynamic in which there is zero equality based on nature, and they need to be below you and you need to be above here because they only want a man better than them, and you shift that and you flip it on its head by treating them really well and giving them the power, they are the cat that gets everyone killed because they are not created to have power over you as a man, and they abuse it. And they run wild, and they run on emotions, and they don't know how to handle it, and they nuke everything. They're not meant to be in charge of you in any regard. The closest thing is a nurturing mother raising you. But then you become a man, and then things shift. Then you take care of them. And so you have to understand treating women very well, exceptionally well, hurts them. It's bad for them. It's bad for them because you know the inevitability of what happens when they have the power. They will nuke it. They can't control themselves. They're not built for it. And you give them all of the power when you treat them exceptionally well. You're putting them in a terrible situation. You're actually a bad guy for not understanding women, masculine, feminine dynamics by doing so. Because you're putting them in a position they can't be in. And so you're actually a good man by maintaining your frame, not showering them in love and affection, and treating them decently. She has to like you more than you like her, and this has to be shown in effort, affection, attention, everything. Because when that's the dynamic, this is you, this is her, she'll treat you amazingly. She'll be in line. She will be happy. She will not leave you. The dynamic will stay intact. Everything will be good. When you are the quote unquote bad guy, because you don't compliment her all the time or put in tons of effort. And so everything is backwards and you have to unlearn everything you know about women, but this is the truth. You are the good guy. You are the masculine guy. You are the guy that they will truly, truly desire and desire forever when you don't treat them very well. When you treat them very well and you're a nice guy, you are a bad guy because you're forcing their hand. Women are influenced by you, especially when you're dating. And you force their hand and turn them evil by being a nice, good guy. So by default, the opposite of that is when you don't treat them that well. I'm not saying be a giant, terrible person, but when you don't treat them that well, you're the good guy because that is their true state in nature with man. That's it. You're on purpose. They're on you, not the other way around. They don't know how to handle it. If you're lost with women in dating and you want to date higher quality women guaranteed, I'll make you a master. I know them better than they know themselves. DM me on Instagram, TRG, or click the links below to find out more. I'll see you in the next video.